Hi everyone, welcome to episode 46 of another Skyrim mod feature. I went a little crazy with weapon and armor mods in this episode, so yeah, there's quite a few of them. First up we have an armor mod and it's called Witcher 3 Style Armor. Now it adds a leather chainmail armor to Skyrim which is styled after the Witcher 3 armor that you see in most of the trailers and get at the start of that game. There are two variants of the armor. One is called leather chainmail armor and this has a base weight of 8, a base armor value of 31 and a value of 225 gold. There's also the veteran's armor which has a weight of 8 again, but a base armor of 35 and a value of 300. Both armors can be crafted at the forge under the miscellaneous section and require 4 leather strips and 2 iron ingots. The armor is currently only available for male characters, but it is available in 2K and 4K textures. It's definitely worth trying out for yourself, especially if you are a fan of the Witcher franchise and are looking forward to Witcher 3 or currently playing it yourself. It definitely is a very nice armor to add to the game, and I know a lot of you like collecting armor sets for Skyrim, and this is definitely one you should look to add to your collection. Next up we're going to take a look at another armor mod called Generic Chainmail Armor. Now as you can see from the title and from the first clip, this mod adds a generic chainmail armor to the game, available in several different variants. There's steel, dwarven, orcish and ebony. Now as well as this chainmail hood which you can see in the clips now, there's also the option to use a chainmail aventail. And this is just a small section of chainmail which goes around the neck and just allows you to use other helmets with this armor set. And I'll show you this in a minute using the Dawnguard helmet as an example. If you like the look of this armor but you play as a Khajiit, Orc or Bosmer or any other character, don't worry, it is available for all races and all sexes as well. So whether you're a male, female, Orc, Elf or Human, you can wear this chainmail at your heart's content. And it definitely is a recommended one from me, especially if you like medieval themed armors. Next we're going to move into the weapon mods, and first up we have somewhat historically accurate weapons. Now this mod adds a host of new weapons to the game, including swords, daggers, axes and some new shields. All of the items added by the mod are available to craft underneath the steel section at the forge. This means you will need the steel perk in order to craft them. The damage which the weapons produce is around the same as glass ebony level. Personally, I'm a massive fan of this weapon mod, the axes especially being my favourite pieces from the mod. The shields too are excellent, and I actually am quite partial to the swords as well, but the axes for me stand out a mile and are absolutely fantastic. A dual sheath compatibility patch is available with the mod, and the mod is still a work in progress, so there will be more weapons added in the future, so if you like the look of this one, be sure to track it for future updates. Another weapon mod for you now, and it's called the Ashbringers by johnskyrim. Now if you're familiar with this mod author's weapons, you know they're of a very good quality, and these two are very special indeed. Both of these swords are available to craft at the forge, and you will require the Daedric smithing perk. You'll also need 2 leather strips, 2 iron ingots, 2 steel ingots, 4 ebony ingots and 1,000 gold. The two weapons are called the Ashbringer and also the Corrupted Ashbringer. Now the Corrupted version is actually an upgrade of the plain version, and both are, like I said, craftable at the Daedric section at the forge and are stronger than a Daedric greatsword and have their own separate enchantments. They are two really beautifully crafted swords with great effects that come off them. And for this video I'm using the 4K version of the mod, but it's also available in 1K and 2K, and I'm also using the RealVision ENB, which will just change slightly how the glow appears in game. So just remember, when you load it up in your game, it might look slightly different in terms of the glow effects which come off the sword. And for the break between weapon and armor mods, I'm going to show you realistic HD baskets. Now, as you've probably guessed it from the title of the mod, this mod is a new texture for the baskets in Skyrim, which just adds a new high definition texture, which aims to make them look more like realistic woven baskets. And it does do just that, and you'll see this in the before and after shots. It really is a much better version than what comes with the vanilla game. There's not really much else to tell you about the mod, apart from the fact that it does come in 3 different variants. You have the high quality variant, which is a 2K texture, then you have the quality, which is a 1K, and then the performance, which gives you it in, well, half K textures, 512 by 512, recommended for less than 1GB of VRAM. Now that's pretty much vanilla texture size there, but it still looks pretty fantastic in game, and for this video I am using the 2K version. I would definitely recommend using this mod. I mean, you've seen the before and after shots just then of how bad the vanilla textures are against what this mod gives you. If you are a stickler for textures in your game and like the best looking version of everything, then this is definitely a mod that you should probably look at and download and use in your own game. If you do, obviously remember to endorse. Right, now back onto the armors, and we have the dragon carved armor set. Now this mod adds a very intrinsically designed armor set to the game, which also comes with 2 swords and a shield. There are also 2 variants of the armor, one without palindromes and one with. There is also an optional mod now for this armor set, which will change it from a matte effect to a shine effect. I'll post a link for that other mod in the description below, but you can also get it from the mod page for the original mod as well. In terms of texture sizes, everything is pretty much 2K, just the cuirass is 4, but if you don't want it at 4K, there is an optional download to change it to 2, just in case your graphics card can't handle the extra VRAM. Now in order to craft these armors, you'll need an advanced armors perk, and for the weapons you'll need the steelsmithing perk. For tempering, the armors and weapons will both require you to have the arcane blacksmith perk. This is a really well put together armor set. It looks fantastic in game, and to be honest, the 2 favourite things from this armor set for me is the fantastic looking helmet and the brilliant shield. I really do love the dragon head shield. It looks amazing in game, and I just love the little score marks on it as well. It looks really great, and it's a job well done there from the mod author, and I look forward to seeing other mods from this mod author in the future. And at the point of talking about the mod author, I should probably bring up the fact that this mod author is responsible for the big leather backpack, which you should also check out. It's a fantastic mod, and you can get to that from a link below in the description and by checking in my other videos for coverage of that mod. And last but not least for this mod feature, we have another armor set, and it's the Barbarian Steel Armor. This armor set is available for both male and female characters and has a variety of ways in which it can be worn. Both the male and female armor variants can be worn bare chested, or you can use the optional cloak to cover the top of the torso. In addition to the steel helmet, which is different for both male and female characters, there's also the option of wearing a hood. Even though it's made of steel, this is a light armor set because, let's face it, half of your chest is uncovered and doesn't offer as much protection as it should. It is also craftable at the forge and will work for any race. The armor itself is fantastically designed. I particularly like the rings that go around the arms and the torque that goes around the neck, as well as the option of wearing the fur cloak over the front of the armor. It just gives it a fantastically different appearance. As well, if you wear a hood with the armour, again it looks like a completely different set, and I just like that versatility that the armour set has. I should also mention that there are two versions of the mod. There's the crafting only version, which means you'll only be able to obtain the armour through crafting it at the forge, or there's the levelless version, which means not only will you be able to craft the armour at the forge, it will be added and distributed across the world and can be found on NPCs or as loot. Now to me that's the best version of the mod. I definitely like to see this across in the world space and see it on other NPCs as well as myself. So that brings me to the end of episode 46. If you've liked any of the mods that I've shown in this video, please head along to the mod pages, and if you do use them, please do endorse. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.